I start this art live, I'm not going to be drawing yet, because I also have to wait for people to join. But also, I'm cleaning up my studio, so I'm kind of multitasking. This is very early in the morning for me, and I didn't sleep well, so yay! Ugh. Plus, I want to clean up the art studio for. Hello, Cody. Welcome. Or Coda. I don't want to butcher that. I have a bit of dyslexia. Did I say it right the first time? My apologies. Also, hello. I'm gonna be drawing in a bit. I'm currently just cleaning up the studio, the art studio. But yeah. Hi, welcome in. I don't know if I can go to their channel. I don't think it'll let me. Coda. Hopefully, hold on. I don't think that's why it's not working. Doesn't go to this box. Hello. Okay. Well, that was quick. I guess switch camera. There we go. Me move, turn on flash. There we go. So today's gonna be an interesting day. It's really early in the morning for me, so that's why I'm a bit groggy. But also, welcome to anybody who is planning on watching. Sorry, it is a little early. So I am going to be drawing here in a bit. I just I left my studio in a mess, my little art place where I draw, so I having to clean this up for a bit, so I apologize. What else? Trying to think. Oh, first like on the stream. Cool. It's much appreciated. And thank you. I might try to have a gaming live later on today, but it just depends on how my schedule goes. I don't think what's up, bro? Nothing really. Gonna draw here in a second. Might draw maybe one of the Suicide Squad characters or one of the Justice Leaguers from Suicide Squad. Just depends. Right now, I'm just cleaning up my mess of an art studio. It's pretty much a mess in here. I'm planning on cleaning that up and before I truly begin, and then I'll work on some stuff. I might work on maybe some penciling for like the Suicide Squad to kill the Justice League type fan art poster thing. Might do something for that. Might do something like a character, just one-off thing. But Hopefully you're doing good, man. Also, welcome, man. Appreciate you coming by. Hold on. Cleaning up my lovely art studio. I can be quite messy, but then again, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody can be. Oh boy. Oh boy. But how's your morning or day been so far? I'm still a bit groggy, but I'm doing good before you ask. Son of a... There we go. Also, can you hear me okay, or is it glitchy? Ah, that's where it is. It's not supposed to be there. One of these things is not like the other. Okay, so I'm gonna be currently cleaning up art studio. Might work on a few projects here in a bit. Closing in on a few things. Want to make sure I get this stuff cleaned up first for today, because might have company later on today, and I don't have to do this later. Cause yay! Just my luck, right? So, what else? Oh, my head. Head hurts. Getting bloody well. Where's he going? Let me first worry about cleaning this crap up, and then I'm gonna get started drawing. So this usually takes me a little while, so it's a good thing nobody's joined yet. Well, nobody's stuck around. Sorry. This is not what I wanted to do at the beginning of the live stream. But, you know, some things have to go. Or cave, more or less. Oh, what can I do? What character can I draw, anyways? Shit. Try to organize all this to the best of my ability. You call it organization. Alright. Why don't I just get started, shall we? I've kept everybody waiting and cleaned the best I can enough. So what character, what thing can I draw for this stream? Let's see. Well, I could draw. Let's see. Boop, boop. All right. Let's reconnect that. All messages visible. Also, if people are wondering why you didn't hear anything, I was muted. Sorry. So yeah. Working on the light pencils for a new drawing. Because why not? If you guys can guess what it is, I applaud you. The show Mad on Cartoon Network was golden. It was alright. I didn't really particularly care for it, though. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Also, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing good today. Suicide Squad just keeps getting worse. In your opinion? I won't say. I think that the internet is honestly blowing it out of proportion, but you know what? The fake outrage people and just the biased takes are obvious. My thing is simple. Here's my take. This is a simple take. First of all, the game is not bad. It is not terrible. It's not the worst. It's not bad at all. What is bad is the execution in a lot of things, the writing. Now, could it have been done way better than what we got? Sure. The gameplay is fine. The story premise is fine. The execution is where it fails. Simple as that. The execution is in between. Now, could it have been done better? Hell yes. My thing is, I don't think the game itself is bad. My problem is with the execution of some things with the game. My problem is that I'm getting kind of sick of everybody saying, "Oh, it's the worst thing ever. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my god. Oh." I have literally sat through Batman and Robin. Shut the hell up. Shut up. It's not terrible. It's just the execution that is terrible. The premise and the story is a great idea. Hell, it being a version of Tower of Babel where Batman, it's mid. Think about it like this. Take it like a what if Tower of Babel where Batman doesn't just basically he's not the last one standing. He gets taken out with the four most powerful members of the Justice League. I don't think it can be mid. Yeah, it's the story of dog water. No, I don't think the story is dog water. I think the execution is dog water. That's where me and you would beg to differ, and I might argue with you on this. Here's my take. The problem is the execution of the story. The story itself is brilliant because it's basically where the Arkhamverse could be going is a dark multiverse. Because if you think about it, Batman's dead, Superman's dead, basically they killed the entire world in a way. And the Suicide Squad killed them, but yet the Suicide Squad destroys the multiverse, their multiverse. That's pretty much how it doesn't do anything right. It does, but some people are too biased to see it. Here's where it does do things right. First of all, the character dynamic is great. Like, the banter and the dialogue for some things is good. Like, you can make the argument all day, the game doesn't do anything right. It does. It's just your ability to see it and sit back and actually take a second. Because there are some good, genuine, funny moments sprinkled in with the bad. Like, the humor can be actually kind of funny. There was a few times where there was a few jokes that I genuinely laughed at because I thought they were genuinely funny. There was some characters, like their dynamics, that are pretty good. So it's in between. Like, we can make the argument all day about, like, basically the execution. Sure, the execution and the story, yeah, it's not the greatest. I can agree with you wholeheartedly. If I were going to rewrite or remake the game, that'd be the first thing I'd change, obviously, because there is good premise there. Here's the thing. What people keep ignoring is, like, what they wanted was another Arkham game. They wanted the exact same thing that they got, and then when Rocksteady does something different and it's a change of pace, then it's a problem. These are the exact same people that were complaining about Arkham Origins. Even though Arkham Origins actually has one of the second best stories in the Arkham games. And people ignore that. Hell, that game gave us the best boss fight in the entire series. My thing is, the execution of the story is where the game doesn't do the greatest. Now, do I think that the game is flawless? Do I think that I'm saying this as a biased take because I've been playing and streaming the game? Hell no. I think the game is, in some regards, it can be shit. I'm not dumb. I know that. I'm not blind to that. But my thing is, we have to let go of our biases for a moment and actually look at things from a full perspective. Because here's the thing. How I feel about the game so far is that there's a lot of things I don't like about the game. But there's a lot of things I do. The premise is where the game actually does pretty well. The premise is very straightforward. My thing is the execution of the premise is where the game falters. Hi. Hello. Currently, right now, I am drawing the Flash from Suicide Squad to Kill the Justice League. So welcome to everyone or anyone who joins. I'm currently drawing, but we're having like a chill conversation about the game as well, because it's been a very interesting, thing. So I appreciate anybody who stops in. But no, but yeah. Okay. No, you're good. Right now I'm just drawing. By the way, I am subbed. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Wow. But I really do appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing and all that. Yeah, I'm closing in. Trying to get there. I'm hoping I can get there, but to what's it called? It needs way too much plot armor to carry the story. Okay, that argument I can actually see. But here's the thing. There's some elements I think that actually do work, which people ignore. King Shark being able to defeat Superman is a little bit iffy, but when you think about it a little more with the argument with magic, then it's fair. But I honestly think if if the thing is, there's some elements I can agree with you on that. That is something I can wholeheartedly kind of say, yeah. But I also think, depending on if it was written better, it would have worked better. So I can see your argument. So it's like, I can't really argue too much there because I kind of agree. But I also think there's some elements that actually work with the characters, like Deadshot being in the game works, especially, him being the deadliest assassin. It works. Let's see. Harley Quinn being in the game, fine. Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain, so it works. My problem is I think they should have had more members. They should have had a few extra members. Because technically I think them having and switching Deadshot to be a Green Lantern villain just doesn't work for me too. But I see a lot of hearts, so I appreciate it. But yeah, this is kind of a chill discussion, kind of I wouldn't call it a podcast, but I'm just chilling. We discussed. It's a pretty chill stream, but I appreciate all the hearts I'm seeing. it's like, wow. So I have a photo reference on the side for the Flash, but yeah, I can see what your argument is, and I kind of agree with it. Harley Quinn was one-tapped by bats in City and supposed to believe that. Well, okay. She believes she can go up against the team assembled to kill Darkseid. Well, here's the thing. Here's the argument I would counter that. Here's my argument. Do you remember King in Black from Marvel? Venom gets basically KO'd by Null multiple times, and then when the Enigma Force chooses him, even Null is like, this was the worst possible decision you can make. Well, turns out it's the best possible decision, because if you lose so many times, you eventually learn how to win. So it's basically the argument I could counter that is that, yes, it is weird to have her take on Batman, but basically she does get KO'd again early in the story. So it's like she basically counters Batman on her own turf. Like, basically, she doesn't... When you take him on earlier in the story, it's on his turf with his own strategies and stealth and stuff. But when it comes to the chemical stuff, even though he thinks he's basically immune, right? From what I understand, there's something that goes on with that. But I haven't gotten that far in, but I know about it. My argument and my counter argument is that when she does take him out, it's basically taking kind of like, wearing him down. It's basically pulling a Wonder Woman with him. So for me, for how I look at it, is that I understand where your argument is, but I also can make the counter argument of King in Black, when basically if you lose so many times, you eventually learn how to win, because you've lost
that many times, you eventually learn, that character enough to learn how to win. And Harley actually knows Batman pretty well for her history with him, and basically her going at, basically her history with him in the series. My argument is that's how she knows how to win, because at the beginning of the game she actually gets KO'd again. If you actually paid attention to that bit of the story, she gets KO'd like that. All the squad does, and that's basically on his turf, with him using his like gadgets, his strategies, all that stuff, and he takes out each member, and she knows this. So she's like, basically, she knows Batman. She knows him pretty better than the other squad members. But the thing is that I would make is that when she's pathetic in the Arkham Batman. Arkham is Batman. And what universe would the team full better get beat by her? I see what your point is, but I also can disagree, because here's the thing. Arkham Batman is not flawless. He is not, he is human. Hell, let me wind back to Arkham City. If you recall, Arkham City Batman, there was like a bit of rubble on him. He could easily have lifted that, but it took Catwoman having to go back and save him and if you basically let him die, the game's over. Joker would have won and all that stuff. So in some regards, Arkham Batman isn't flawless. He has been, he's had his fair share. So I can see the argument of like, well, why is it that Harley of all people kills Batman? Because she's technically the one with the most history with him and has the most reason to hate him. Yes, you can make the argument she's pathetic and she blah blah blah, sure, but also she's also the one with the most history and the most reason to hate him. For Batman's actions have led to the Joker's death. Has led to Poison Ivy's death, but Harley didn't find out that she was alive till this game. And then also could have, and this is based on a theory, and I remember this. Also, his actions in Arkham City led to the death of her unborn child. So, in some regard, her killing Batman is technically fulfilling like this, journey of her character. Is like, yeah, she knows, she's had her full history with him. And plus, even if the Justice League has to take so many L's in order for the Suicide Squad to get a chance. Well, yeah, but also you can make the argument that the Suicide Squad, in the game, first 5 minutes in the game, they get captured by Green Lantern. Then they basically what happens is like Flash saves their asses. Then the Flash eventually, they basically, even though the Flash is super weak because of fighting Green Lantern, so they capture him. Batman shows up, KOs them again, kicks their asses, takes the Flash. Then, the Suicide Squad eventually starts to get better and better. Then they meet, they encounter. I think they encounter Green Lantern again. He doesn't kill them right away. His main target is Diana, basically Wonder Woman. So he doesn't waste his time. So technically, you can't make the argument that they take L's when they kick their asses multiple times at all. That's the thing. You're making the argument, and I can see where you're coming from, but they kick their asses multiple times. The only thing is that I could say is that the problem with the Justice League in this game, that I actually would make the counter argument, is that they needed to do more surprise attacks on the Suicide Squad and isolate them. The only thing that I feel that is out of character, and it's an argument you haven't even brung up, and I'm surprised, for Arkham Batman to make a dialogue where he says, you basically, with these suicides, they can't work together, blah, blah, blah. What you need to do is isolate them and take them, blah, blah, blah. For Batman not to encourage some of the like Green Lantern or the Flash or whoever, or even himself, to isolate certain members of the squad, basically to lure them away from the squad and basically, challenge them individually, makes zero sense. That is something that I wish they would have done. Or surprise attacked. Like, Batman stalks you in the game. You can see him and like target him, he'll smoke bomb away, but he'll basically vanish. But he does watch you. My argument is that he should have been like an overwhelming force throughout the game, just like Green Lantern, where they'll just randomly attack you like Man-Bat. That's my problem. Why didn't they do that as well? Now, I can see a partial reason why is because it would get annoying after a while. It would feel like Mr. X and Resident Evil. But I honestly think the argument of basically the Justice League taking L's is a little flawed, because there's a lot of times where they basically are winning. I don't see the vision. I partially do. I think they're it's just the thing of like, it's basically a darker version of like Tower of Babel mixed with like the storylines with Brainiac in the comics and stuff like that. And there's like some multiverse stuff as well. That's like where I'm looking from. I'm looking at it from like a different angle, because like you have to sometimes look at things from like, if you look at it from like a narrowed lens, you're gonna be kind of, obviously from a bias angle, you're going to obviously not see the full picture. But if you're looking at it, from the full picture, and you're looking at all the angles, you might see what they're trying to achieve. It's not flawless, but it's like, even Arkham City, as great as that game is not flawless. Because here's my argument with Arkham City. The Catwoman campaign is literally nothing. It doesn't contribute anything. The only thing that contributes anything to that campaign is the ending. The rest can be thrown out and it wouldn't matter. The fact that she doesn't get hardly any side content or any missions of her own, besides just her thing with Two-Face, which is forgettable at best, really doesn't work. Arkham Asylum, as great as that game is, does have some flaws too. The whole Joker Titan thing it's partially just weird, but it's still Joker. So the boss fight near the end sucks, but yeah, I feel clueless of the tone is all over the place. Yeah, okay, that I can admit that is true. I think that, but then you also have to remember that it is the Suicide Squad, so it is gonna have a different tone. It's gonna have a different feel to it. Like, have you with the James Gunn movies compared to the terrible what's it called, the movies? But my thing is, I think you can make the argument about the tone, but I do think it does have some dark moments. I think what gets lost is just the execution. Now, here's the thing. If you go from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, there is a major writing shift. Hold on, sorry about that. Okay. I think if you go from Arkham City to where, like, basically you go to from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, you can notice a little bit of a writing change from Paul Dini to what's his name. And the whole argument of them trying to say, well, they have to hire writers in-house is bullshit. It's money. That's all it is. But my thing is, go back and replay some of the older games. You'll notice some of the flaws in the storytelling. Hell, there was a video I did see about Mr. Freeze and stuff. It seems mostly stems not only from Batman's death, but the fact that the partial take on the Dark Knight from previous Arkham games meeting his end. So meh. Well, yeah, but also I think it's the thing of, like, for this game, it's kind of like, I don't know, the argument is valid. But I've played the totality of the Arkham games. So for Batman's character arc to go from basically, I don't know how I feel about it, because my thing is, it's a little off-putting. Sure. I can see where you're going from. But I also feel like some of the stuff for the game, like some of the positives mixed in, I can see them slightly. I also think with Arkham, here's the thing. You go from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, you will notice a change in the writing. Because I actually did this as like a test, because I didn't know Paul Dini wrote the original Arkham games. And I think for me, you go from that to that, you do notice a bit of a change. And I think with this game, it's already gotten its bad press because it's done this, that, or the other, which is completely justifiable for people not to like certain things. I'm not a huge fan of looter shooter. I'm not a fan of some of that stuff. But I also think that it's already got its bad press because of, like, some of the changes and some of the stuff that it's doing something different. And people expect and have this expectation of what Rocksteady should be because they did the Arkham games. And those were, like, here's my argument. The Arkham games weren't the start of Rocksteady. If you look back at Rocksteady's old games and you actually look at the history of Rocksteady, there was more there. They did, like, some gun games or shooter games and stuff like that. They got lucky with Batman Arkham Asylum. But they also, you can see the argument of, like, well, that's all that made us who we are. It has nothing from the OG Arkham games, and I get the change can be good, but we got robbed. Yeah, I can see that argument. Actually, that is true. I think if I was to remake or rewrite the game, the bit for what I would have done is, and I don't care what people would say, well, it's just like Marvel's Avengers. Oh my God. No, fuck you. I would have opened the game with playing as certain members of the Justice League when Brainiac attacks. So you would start as Batman, and basically you would be playing as him. Then you would move on to the Flash. Then you would move on to Wonder Woman. But you would see the other two members get taken out, like Green Lantern and Superman, and you would basically have that. Now, what I would have done is make Gotham Knights basically canon, but rewrite the entirety of that fucking story. I would have had it to where Arkham Knights was a prequel to this game. Not Arkham Knights, Gotham Knights. For fuck's sakes. I would have remade that game from the ground up, tied it to this game, but I would have basically remade it to where it leads up to this game. So when this game happens, also you would have had it to where Batman was a partial member of the I'm stuttering. The Justice League. Because I don't think that him, even though he's revealed his identity got revealed, I think that they should have still kept him dead in a way. Like, Bruce Wayne is dead. Bruce Wayne is dead. Bruce Wayne is dead. There's a Batman person, like, basically there's rumors of a Batman, but it needs fertility, and if I want to have guns, cool, but if all characters play the same and reskins, they're not going to get the ability. Okay, that is an argument I will counter you on, because they do feel different. Boomerang does feel different compared to like King Shark or what's it called, traversal wise, that they do feel completely different from one another. Like with Deadshot having his jetpack, it's like it feels different compared to hey Dragon, in a minute I'm gonna actually have to go upstairs and eat breakfast because I am hungry and I need to eat. So I'm gonna continue this little live stream, but we need an Ant-Man game. That I can agree on, but I also think it would be a pain in the ass to do. But I will be right back. I'm not gonna be muted. You guys chat for a bit. I will return. Oh, and I need to eat me some breakfast. I'm starving. I haven't ate nothing all morning. But I will return. Oh. Alrighty. Sorry. I had to have my breakfast, and sorry it took me a bit. My apologies. I love it. Continue. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, I was having to go eat. I had to go eat breakfast. Okay. Thank you, Academy. Sorry, I don't think I think everybody left. They could have saved it by making it all in Brainiac's head. In between. That's kind of lazy writing, if you want to know my opinion on that. I love it. Continue. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to end it here. I've done my fair share for a drawing stream. Sorry that I left, but I did have to eat. Breakfast. So.
to clean this up later for a drawing. Damn it. I think I'm going to end it here.